It was so funny, and I just remember a very humbling moment where we have those tumble mats. And I was
The
like,
slow motion somersault.
"Oh my god." You know, in the movies, like, you know what I'm talking about when they're like drop and spin and then they like shoot? I totally had this vision in my head that I'm like, I was like
Well,
waiting for it. And I was like, everyone's watching. I did it. It was the ugliest freaking
oh
thing.
yeah.
It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
go, 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 go. It was
Uh,
so bad. Unqualified, unsolicited, and totally honest opinions on midlife. Connection and play. Are you ready
oh,
to talk about connection and play?
sure.
Okay. Because I think we do this pretty well. And I give credit to you.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the spotlight is on you because you are so naturally good at this. And what family game night is to us, and I think we've done this for years, is we either have another family over or we'll have multiple families and we'll do something with both kids and adults. Like, I mean, we've done Nerf gun wars.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What other one? Like the volleyball with the beach ball thing.
Dodgeball, volleyball,
Dodgeball.
pickleball.
As the kids got older, we had to stop dodgeball because
Yeah,
like
it doesn't work.
they kick our butts. Like it's
Well,
not,
they're just butts.
and they get all whiny.
Yeah.
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 But so many fun games that we have done with families. And I always love because everyone's takeaway is like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think to do that. Like I didn't think that we could all varied ages as adults and kids do a game of play, especially with another family.
Yep.
My favorite was with the Nerf rivals. The rivals are the little balls.
Yeah, those are good.
You would put like when we lived in California, you would put the tables, the like foldable tables on the side and they'd be barricades.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
put refills behind some of the barricades. And it was so funny. And I just remember a very humbling moment where we have those tumble mats. And I was
The
like,
slow motion somersault.
oh my God. You know, in the movies, like, you know what I'm talking about when they're like drop and spin and then they like shoot? I totally had this vision in my head that I'm like, and I was like
Well,
waiting for it. And I was like, everyone's watching. I did it. It was the ugliest freaking thing.
oh yeah.
It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
go, 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 go. It was
Uh,
so bad.
There is that whole what is real and what is in your brain, but your
Right.
somersault, which I saw that
It was
night,
bad.
you, and I love it. It's like the perfect action
Yeah.
movie thing.
Yeah, it was
And I like that you tried it.
Yeah. It
Like
was
that
like,
is amazing.
I know. I was like, it was so bad. Thank God we don't have video of it because it was ugly. Anyway, you're gonna kill me.
You got this. I think you even made an audible like as you got into the somersault.
It was bad. It was really bad. But anyway, we're trying to, talk about the importance of this and being humble. But I just love that we've done, we've found this fun, and especially we have so many cool families around us, and
Yeah.
and we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
And I was just craving. Sorry, the dog's barking. If it,
Rufus, shut it.
um, it, for some people that haven't done it, and I've just been craving it this weekend, and I was like, let's do a game night. I love that when one of the last ones we did, we had one of our friends over, and remember we did the volleyball. It was varied
Yeah.
ages from like, what was it, third grade till like seniors in high school.
Yeah.
And we had ginormous dudes that were friends of our friends' kids that were these big football players. I was like complimented. Oh, here comes the creature.
Oh, well,
Hi, Roof. I was complimented that these high school boys wanted to be hanging out with us because they're not there to be nice or polite. They're going to do what they want to do. And that they were there and like engaged in playing this with us. But it was so cute because when you take that beach volleyball, it puts everyone on that level playing.
Yeah, so we had
Which
to
was
say
your
that we weren't
idea.
using a normal volleyball. We were
No.
using like it was a beach volleyball
Yeah, those
or like
marbled
the marble
big ones.
plastic balls.
Yeah, so it's floating in the air. It's like even your like college athlete would not be amazing on. Well,
Yeah, you have to
but
do. I think you always have to modify it to some degree to slow the gameplay down.
slow it down. We've done kickball, but that night was so fun because it was like these boys that compared to like Ashby when she was in third grade or something.
Yeah.
It was just really cute. And everyone was laughing and they were having fun. And I'm just craving that again because we've been so busy with sports. And I feel like the connection is needed. I feel like a lot of times when you have families over, you just automatically separate. And we're lucky
Yeah.
with our property. We have the barn where the kids usually play. And then we have the whiskey shed, which is, we call it the whiskey shed, but it's this literally an old tractor storage shed that we've made, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so the adults are in there, kids are in there, and it's their typical where you split up and you don't spend time together. But when we do, everyone appreciates it. You can tell the kids' buckets are full and they're like, and then everyone separates after that.
Yeah.
And
You got
they
a
do your
little
own
bit of
thing.
both. Yeah.
You totally. And I've just been missing that too because gosh, we were separated this last weekend because you were off with Carson at a tournament. I was off with Maddie and Ashby. So it's just I wanted that connection, but also being social. So it's like checking off many things.
And I do think like with Nerf or the Nerf in particular, there's something therapeutic about shooting little balls at kids that really
it's
like,
really and hitting them with because we had the softer dodgeballs that was very therapeutic too. But now like Carson can throw it so hard and he can dodge crazy stuff, so he's really hard. So I'm like,
it's not
you're on my team or I'm not playing.
Yeah.
But so it is therapeutic and it's all in good fun.
Well, I mean, and I'm going to slaughter this, but I think there's numerous studies about, especially like dads playing with kids.
Oh yeah.
And how good that is for them.
Yeah.
And I think that carries all the way, like I remember my dad, he was out for a long time. Every time we played basketball or do anything, he would always come and.
Well, I think that's what the best, easiest place to connect with your kids, sports, because you're practicing with them.
Yeah.
But I think we all forget how to play sometimes because it's looked at as lazy or childish for adults. And it's so important. And I wrote notes. Are you ready for my notes?
Yeah.
I wrote it because
I will never think it's childish or lazy.
Yes, but you are like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
So, but for other adults that they're like, oh, I can't play. Like, what? Play?
I
Even
honestly
say
it
the
doesn't
word.
compute. But but that's not a waste. I guess that would be.
Yeah. And I really believe we are our best selves when we're in joy and having fun. And when you lose that spark, that inner light, I feel like is dimmed. And I don't like it when mine's dimmed. It's not as fun.
Yeah.
And Brene Brown is one of my all-time favorite people in the world. She's a genius. She's a researcher, I believe a therapist. I don't know. But I was writing down some stuff from her because it's been a while.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking about that somersault and I'm laughing so hard.
I might have to recreate it.
I've been have it in my brain. And just for to set the stage too, behind the table, I put down these like tumble mats.
Yeah.
So that it did make it feel a little bit more accessible. Oh, damn. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right,
I laughed at myself. It was fun. I was shocked how bad it was. And that,
but I think I think it was funny, but I think it like kicked ass funny. You know what I mean? Like I think like the fact that you just tried that while we're doing a Nerf shootout is so sweet.
It'd be like if you were at home and trying a cartwheel and you haven't done one in a long time.
Yeah, nothing's gonna be crisp.
It's not going to be.
Yeah. Keeps you humble.
Yes, it does keep you humble. And they and Brene, with her research, so this is back. This is not just pulling this out of someone's butt or thin air.
Right.
It helps alleviate stress.
Play does.
Yes.
Sure.
And generate joy.
Yeah.
As you allow yourself to get lost in activity without stakes. And I think this is huge, without stakes. So like when you're playing a competitive thing, there's high stakes, especially for our kids that are.
Well, that's why I love D&D with our family, except Maddie kind of ran.
Right.
But D&D was great because it was all as a team working together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they say it's good to have contests, but when you get competitive, then it takes it all out and then the fun gets choked out.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not childish or lazy, which I said before. Lack of play is directly related to increased levels of depression and aggression. And I can tell this in our kids when I feel like we've been busy because life is freaking busy and we're with them, taking them to sports, doing all this stuff. But if we haven't had any connection time,
fun, just like,
that I can tell we're just disconnected and grouchy and just not well, what's another word for connected?
um,
Not in tune with each other.
yeah,
You
it's
know?
not, yeah.
And
The connection is really the word.
and I swear that more time you spend with your kids, the more you want to be around them. Like when you're not around them, you do feel this disconnect. And then you're like, how do I even connect with you? And you lose. You do. You
in
figure
our
it out.
window, not to make it sad, our window
Yeah.
of opportunity where we're going to have them in the house is really short compared to like their lifespan or our lifespan.
Yeah. And you are making me sad.
No, but I'm just saying, capitalize, make time, find time.
Totally.
And like, so even with like, you know, I'm like, let's just go out in the barn for 15 minutes and throw a ball around.
Yeah.
It's not that much, and it's enough to fill it up.
Totally. And when we have time, I know we play pickleball as a family. It's just quick, and we have 5, so we'll do rally score, and
I think
keep rotating players.
Yeah, that's the secret. Even when I run box lacrosse with the boys in the barn, I every 15 minutes change the teams.
Yeah.
So like it never gets too competitive and too us and then versus us. So
see, you're good at this.
Yeah.
You're so good at this. And the 3 elements of play is because I think people are like, play, they just don't. So I'm just painting a picture again for us adults who have lost our Peter Pan-ness, and we're reconnecting with it because we realize there's something to that. Time spent without purpose. Because so much of what we do in a day is like, oh, gotta go make the donuts, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that commercial?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And get said person to said place and dinner and all the tasks.
Yeah.
Tasks. So time spent without purpose, something you don't want to end, and lead to a loss of self-consciousness. This is not drinking. Because I read that. No,
but even for
self-consciousness
families,
where you're not like judging yourself, where you're just like, when you're purely in play, you're not like, how do I look doing this stupid tuck and roll?
But
I wasn't thinking about
awesome.
that.
Just a great memory. But even for families that don't even know where to start, I would say like even taking a walk after dinner for 10 minutes as a family is still a form of like just kind of playing and just get out, kick a rock, whatever.
Bring out the board game.
Yeah, board games.
Like board games are so easy. Like I know some of my friends will say their version of hell is playing like Monopoly or Life or one of those games that kind of never ends. It just feels like it's a long one.
Kids love those.
But there's speed ones now. We did the speed Monopoly.
The Monopoly card, Monopoly deal.
Monopoly deal
is fantastic.
Yeah, so good.
There's 15-minute games. There's 4-hour games.
Yeah,
it just depends on your level of engagement, your time.
Yeah, and so you're like not competitive. You want to win.
Me?
No, I meant like when you're playing those board games. Of course, you want to win, but it's not like so intense that you're it's all about the winning. And you're just more enjoy.
I'm constantly having to tell our kids, you're not winning any money on this. There's no trophies being handed out. Who won last time we played weeks ago or whatever? And
no one
remember.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Because we are a competitive family. But I think that's such an easy one. And we keep our games close to the table. Do you have aging parents and you're still raising your kids? Then welcome to the sandwich generation. It can be super overwhelming, but I've got you. I wrote an ebook that helps you save time, energy, and money. And you can get your copy on thesandwichgen.com/ebook. And it will help you with all the things you need. Jenny also gave us that conversations, the table conversations. Those are super fun because I think we all do, like at dinner table, it's a miracle if we're all together sitting at the table. And then also we do the highs and lows of the day. And like, you know, what are you focusing on? Whatever. But
what do you mean? Clean that up.
Like your high of your day, like what happened that's great today, what happened that's low today, and is there like anything that's troubling you or whatever. And some people call it the rose, the thorn. My other friend calls it pow wow bow. You know, there's cute terms, and it becomes this practice, this family practice, and kids really really count on that. But I'm just saying, I think you came into our family, like our personal family, with more knowing how to just, and like when we created our family, I thought you were more natural I thought it'd be better.
It's funny because you said you came into our family, which
You're like, what do you mean? Like, we're here before.
They're not my kids?
Yeah, stop. Okay. When we started our family,
Yes.
and our kids started getting older, I felt like you were just more natural in the play space, or just in the
I'm
the
very,
fun.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm fun.
No, I
very
don't.
fun.
I
No,
didn't say that.
I'm joking. I was doing it in a funny
I'm
way.
immature.
I
Yeah.
am fun, but I just would be more like, the you and I yin and yang a lot. I
Yeah.
think you were more fun, and I was like, well, they have to be fed and they have to go to bed on time, and I was just more like worried about that stuff. But you really taught me how to be more loose and let go, and that
There's a
not
time and a
everything has to be
place.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I just love this because I have seen firsthand the difference with our kids when we've done something like on a Friday or Saturday night when it's our family night. We didn't want to just have dinner and then watch a movie. We wanted that connection time, even though sitting watching a movie.
Love watching movies, but I think there's a gap.
There's a
dinner, something where we're moving and doing
talking, interacting together, which we do as games. And like you brought up our games, we were kind of wanting something a little past like your 15-minute, half-hour game. And that's why you got into Dungeons and Dragons.
Love it. It's the best.
And we've talked about this before, but can't talk about it enough. You are a dungeon master.
Yeah.
You are fantastic. And you even do theme music. I mean, you've done so much. You took an old TV, put it on our dining table, and like the map is on it. I mean, it's super interactive. We took character tests, right? Character. Or whatever. Yeah. And we all have different like skills, and if we can do spells and our weapons and all this stuff. So it's really fun. Turns out our youngest is the best one.
She's awesome. You're really good at it.
Thank you.
But I think that's because I'll say it to some of my friends because I'm like, I softball it out there to try and see like who we might be able to start like an adult group.
Yeah.
And some people are like, no, never. And I'm like, how could you even come into anything like that when you don't even really know? Like, are you basing that off of like, oh, it's a nerd thing and I'm too cool for that? Like, gosh, we're well beyond that, in my opinion, in life. Like, I'm always like, if someone's like, hey, you should try this, it's really fun. I'm like, okay, let's see what it's all about.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Yeah. I don't think I'd ever go into anything like, no, because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what maybe you think you know, if that makes sense. But like, but you're really awesome at it. And it's Maddie, and Carson's pretty good, and then Maddie, she's good.
Our teen really like. It's so
one
funny.
One of these days, I'm gonna get her.
For the people that don't know this game, it's like imaginary role play.
Yeah.
And Maddie, you're supposed to work like a team, and you have the dungeon master painting the picture for you of what you're in, and it's usually some dragon lair with creatures that are out to get you, and you have a mission.
Right.
So you work together as a team, and each of you have like these. It's similar to life.
It's
whatever.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I think it's really good for helping people learn how to work as a team, accept others with different abilities.
Yeah, and knowing who's good. Like as a team, you're stronger because this person can do this.
Think it's there's so much value, and it's funny because I feel like it has this nerd stigma, and I am a self-proclaimed nerd, and I love it. I love nerd stuff, and I love cool stuff, and I don't love, like, even though I say nerd, but to me, I don't like anything to be defined as that. I like, it's just like, go have fun.
Just fun. Yeah, it's a fun game. Obviously, it's been around from like the 70s or something, right?
74. Yep.
And there's a show that is off of it. I mean, there's so many things. Obviously, it's good. Like, and
yeah, you're right.
Don't hate it till you try it.
Right.
And so it's just funny because we'll be on this mission and like Ashby will be awesome and be into it. And her character is so perfectly her and like can heal people. And she's just like the best. And then there's Maddie that's like, we all have to decide, do we want to go in there? And she's like, I'm staying on the boat. You guys go. If you guys die, like it's just
perfect teen.
Perfect teen. And so it gets a little hard, but it's fun because we're sitting there. You and I buy like treats for everyone beforehand. We really, and it's like hours.
3 hours. Easy.
Yeah. And it's really this fun, interactive, and then we're pumping each other up and like, oh my God, that was really cool. You thought of that or whatever.
Because a lot of it's based on chance in that it's choose your own adventure, and then rolls, like rolling die determines the outcome of certain interactions. So there's a little bit of left to chance, and you can do a lot of it on computers now too, which I haven't really tried, but I do like the
Yeah, if they don't have a
Just
game
being,
master.
the analog version of it
Yeah.
all.
But
No,
reach
that's
out.
good. Yeah, it's all the same. But
Reach out if you're interested. Reach out. Brian, I will help get you started on your
starter packs and stuff.
starter packs.
It's really, it's not like, I think the world of it, I mean, it's vast. It's like my brain. I maybe use 5% of it. Like, I think we play the game at like 5% of its expansiveness.
Yeah.
But it is amazing and fun there. You can really get through it, not knowing absolute everything. But I enjoy reading the books. I enjoy, trying to understand a great portion of it.
Yeah.
Because I think, and now I'm not on a tangent, but like the banjo,
Are you
skateboarding,
listening to play?
No, but like I think because I found there was a moment where I was so focused on like every moment I wasn't working, I was reading books, learning how to work more, like better or whatever. And I think there's merit to live, do your job, do your family stuff, and then do fun things. And
but don't you think you have more energy for family and work when you do take your minute and
I rode the ramp 15 minutes this morning, and like I'm like, yep, I feel awesome. Like I feel like
you did the self-care. And I think when people touch back with that, and if they haven't been doing that for a while, because
it makes me feel young. When I ride the ramp, I definitely feel like a kid.
Yeah. What about the banjo?
Love it.
I mean, does it make you feel young, or just
am I a rock star? I've always I really felt like I should have been a rock star.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do something on the property this summer. Have the one-man band.
Well, I aim to, by the time I'm 60 or later, when our kids have kids and stuff, I'm gonna just go like straight overalls, no shirt.
Okay, not
any sort of hat, trucker hat, and then I'm just gonna sit on the porch and play the banjo when the kids get off the bus and come home. That will be awesome.
Well, no kids will be in school when you're 60.
I know. So 70, 80, I'll crush it,
Got it.
But I figure by the time I'm 60, I'll be good. That's 10 years from now. So that's another little tidbit. You pick up the banjo, or you pick up a musical instrument, or you pick up something new, like crocheting or whatever it may be. A lot of us want to be great tomorrow. And I set a goal when I picked this up that I am going to be great 10 years from now.
Got it.
And so like it gave myself just time to be like, just be in it, just learn it and get after it. And then when I'm 60, I want to kill that banjo.
Yeah. I'm sure you will, babe.
Look out. We're going to tour with some folk band.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be great.
That's awesome.
That's our future. That's our retirement. Living in a bus.
Cannot wait.
How are you with the tambourine?
But I love that you gave examples of your playtime, which is the skateboarding still. Not sure if you'll be doing that at 60. Actually,
I'm going to go to 60. That's my goal.
Okay.
And then I'll reevaluate. I had 50 as a marker. I hit 50, and then I'm like, I still go.
I like it.
So I'm going to give 60.
Okay.
And then I'll
banjo, skateboarding, and D&D. And then for me,
anything
for sure,
pickleball. You name it.
Pickleball is my number one. I feel like I need a solitary thing, but I love doing anything creative. And because I definitely
drawing. I just got sewing machine. I like to make clothes and doodads.
Yeah, you're better at finding hobbies than me. But what
sorry to interrupt. My dad stopped work. No hobby, COVID, all of his cognitive issues. I think they were accelerated.
Yeah.
And now he's in a pretty bad way. Same thing happened to your mom. No hobbies.
She had her water aerobics. She had her gym. She had her things, but COVID stopped it all.
And then feel like hobbies that you can do with people, hobbies you can do by yourself are so important to keep different facets of your brain functioning and going. And that's something that like I wanted to implement as we start to get past midlife. I think that's one of the best anti-aging serums that's out there.
Yeah, I totally
have something that brings you joy, that keeps your mind active.
And I want to play. I want to have fun and be in joy and play until the day I die. Like I just do. Like that. And when you see yourself, when you kind of look outside, look back on yourself, whatever, 40-foot view, and you are in play and you're in joy.
It's awesome.
My kids like me better. I'm sure you like me better. I like me better. Oh, thank you. But it's just, you are your best self when you are in this space. Yeah. And what I love also that Brene Brown brought up is that planning a family vacation, planning a Saturday night family time, be in touch with what everybody finds as joy. So she was saying that because she's a researcher. She's like, only I would do a pie, what's that called?
Pie
Pie
chart?
chart, whatever. But she was saying that she had everyone write down their ideas of play because they used to go on vacations and it kind of wasn't as
They had nothing to do.
well, they just kind of weren't in sync. And she goes, then it turned out that we all love being outside. So now our vacations are planned around, adventures or something like that. And I thought that was such a huge thing because we spend all this money and time, energy, and thinking this trip's going to be amazing. And our kids might not like it, or just kind of touching base with like, okay, we're going on a trip. What's something you would like love to do? And then either say you're going to Hawaii. Okay, great. Outside, cool. We got this place. Like, and touch base with each member and be like, what is something you would find really fun, and make sure you all get it done. And then everyone feels like their bucket is filled. And then also it's fun because I think kids too, we've talked about this, besides sports, they don't have hobbies like besides the stupid device that they're is like become another limb. But I think it's a good time for them to try on what you like, what their siblings like, what I like, and to just kind of go around the table doing that. And I just thought that was really a good thing to point out because we do lose touch so fast because life is just so busy, and boom, they're gone. And I just want these things and these activities because the times we've traveled, and our best family trip was the one we took with a rafting trip, which was a glamping rafting trip. So it was amazing.
But also no phones.
No phones, no entertainment, no nothing. It was just like us and nature and like boating and fantastic guides. And it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And it was super simple. It wasn't like,
Unplugging and being in the moment,
Yeah.
the moment that we have, whatever the we is, in this moment is what we have. Not looking at our phones and hoping or being or doing something else or showing that we're doing this or whatever. Being in the moment is so crucial.
I didn't even bring my phone. I didn't even take pictures. Like it was so nice to detach.
You don't need it.
But I was in pure play because I love being outside,
That's awesome.
being on a boat and just outside all day. And then they had all those fun games. Remember they had butt darts? Remember the butt darts?
They had good like camp type games.
Yeah.
And we were playing games. Kids were just hide and seeking and throwing rocks in the river. Like there is a benefit to just a little bit of like, because the phone, I think, getting back to that, is it's such an easy escape versus like, oh, how can I occupy my time if I don't have this thing?
I think we all know the phone's
it's tough.
the devil. Just kidding. But the next time you have another family over, try a game. Like and do one and have it be a shorter one, like that left, right, center, so easy. Yeah. And then move on. And then you can have your adult and kid time, but try it right after dinner or something. Just be like, hey, we're doing this.
20-30 minutes.
It's not even. I mean, again, aim for 15 minutes of fun. 15 minutes of fun, and then you're done. And then I think that's a good first step into reclaiming like that part of us, that flame, that joy, that play. And then you'll see it and you'll see what it does to you and your kids' connection, you and your partner's connection, your connection with yourself, and be like, oh my God, I remember this.
So fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And just being in that. And I love this topic so much. And so, yay.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking about this today with me, babe.
Really You're welcome.
I think my mom needs cat food. If you loved hanging out with us, hit that follow button and share this episode with someone who could use a little midlife magic. Now go rock the rest of your day.